Let's roll. This is Countercharge, your podcast for ranks, flanks, and kings of war. Join your hosts as they delve into the world of Panithor and bring you worldwide coverage of all things Kings of War.
Welcome to Countercharge. I'm Matt Croger. This evening you're going to hear just a selection of recordings from a recent event, Kak Cup 2, which was run in Sydney at 2250 points. First up, myself and Tony Windmill travelling to the event, and a couple of interviews at the event, followed by the trip home. I hope you enjoy.
Right, on our way to Kak Cup 2 with good friend Tony Windmill, or you online pseudonym Tommy.
I'm not the most detailed person to come across.
Due to a misspell in his name.
I think I corrected the spelling of that in the last tournament because I kept going, they really call you Tommy. You call you Tony because that's your name.
Yeah.
Apparently I got it wrong.
So we've left at 5:30 in the morning, not too far out, less than an hour to go now. Playing, what are we playing? 2250 points, 3 games today across the day at Campbelltown, and you hasn't had a venue for a while in Sydney, Hall of Heroes, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. Have you ever been to Hall of Heroes? You know, Kak's put a lot of effort into getting a scene up and running in Sydney again, so hopefully be a good day.
The last one that I went to in Sydney was the school Nicky Bron used to run.
Or Titans.
Yeah, that was
Clash of the Titans. Was it that?
Yeah, no, they went down at a club room. This is back.
Oh, this is at Sylvania.
Sylvania Heights.
Yes, yeah. I forget what that tournament is called now. But
They used to run tournaments there fairly regularly.
Yeah, so it's been a while since we've made the trip. I mean, there hasn't really been much going on in the scene, so it's exciting that they're getting back on board and pretty much on the back of 4th edition, which is good to see, and a whole bunch of new players. So I think Kak's providing about 4 different armies for people.
Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, first it might be interesting to get your thoughts on 4th edition, Tone. It's like how you finding it in a life that's full of lots of other things, you know, adjusting to a new edition. And
I really like it. There's a bunch of changes to make the game system, I think. It's much simpler in a sense. You have to stop an inch away from folks. That rule was a good change. The two units only on a facing is a really big change. The yielding/withdrawal rules is a really big change. I don't think people are using that as much as they're going to.
Well, we had that come up for the first time in our game.
Yeah.
You cooked me with it the other day.
Yeah, for being completely honest.
Someone else pointed it out.
Mr. Price said, what are you doing with that unit there, Tony? What are your options? I go,
Yeah.
I can withdraw.
Yep, and it's a chaff unit. It doesn't matter if it dies.
That's it. I think that one with the game.
I totally agree with that. I don't think people have adapted to that yet. Yeah, anything else?
What else? Early in the morning, to be honest. I think the commands are working quite well. I mean, obviously,
Says the man playing all.
yes, obviously, I'm a little bit of a fan of the old Fonar and his green rage. It can be, I'm not one of those people that gets upset about dice, but I do get from time to time really quite amused by dice. I've had a couple of times there where my 18 hits have turned into 23 or 24 hits, which is, obviously I think is funny, but it can be a little bit, frustrating for people when I'm playing against them. But I need all the tricks I can get, as we know I'm not the best player. But yeah, the commands I think are working quite well.
Have you found balance? I mean, you've played mostly orcs. Have you come across anything, like particularly in new armies, that you've felt is particularly bent or unbalanced?
I'll play him with Toenails, man.
Yeah.
He's probably due for a nerf. Not really. I think generally there's so much better. I think some of the commands need significant work as they add the bring them on with the next 4 commands. Some of them just like Kingdoms of Men don't seem to get much of an advantage from commands. So I think as we see those army lists come out, it's going to be 6 each going forward. A special spell, I think that's all going to make a big difference over time. Which is all I think the other key thing about 4th edition is, as Manning does, they release the rules and then drop on the table additional meta over time. I think it's a really, really good thing because it means it's continuously changing. Like, you also do struggle with that a little bit because I'm pretty used to having a rule book and then you get the fact and then you get the update. From time to time I have to go and pick it up online. It's not the same feel in terms of finding and understanding the rules when we're getting there.
Yeah. Have you found it a big adaptation from 3rd to 4th, or it's more just a kind of a different overlay on the same system?
It is a big adaptation. For previous, like 2nd to 3rd, I basically, because I mine a lot of it, you basically collate all of the changes. So you run your metal model around 3rd edition based on differences. The 4th is a big enough change where you pretty much got to go back to basics and relearn the whole thing. I think there's still some gaps in the rules. So as they plug those gaps over time, it's going to get better and better.
And I think, you're also probably in a fortunate position where not many of your armies got knocked around too much by changing up the list building structure because there's just so many options in the shed.
Yeah, there is that. We don't have any elves, just for the listeners out there, we're not an elf shed, it's an elf-free zone. We now have dwarf army, because Matt's abandoned the dwarf army to us.
Yep.
It's mostly evil, neutral. It's the Kingdoms of Men army.
Yeah, so have you found, what about this building? More or less interesting for you, or same?
The battalion thing seems to be a little bit clunky, like a bit spurious. I think there was a clear intent behind the way list composition rules work is to swing it back toward bigger armies, more from troops, etc. I guess that's the other big change is, unless you're devastated, you can't kill anything from shooting.
Yeah.
And fearless units can pretty much do whatever the hell they like until they get into combat. So I think that's a pretty big change as well.
And I think that push towards bigger armies is kind of more than just the unlocks too. It's the decreasing unit strength and a lot of the large infantry stuff, which has probably become a bit we're probably seeing a bit too much of in the last edition compared to standard infantry. But I think there's a bit going into that.
Yeah, and then removing to change the withdrawal rules to stop the shenanigans with square base units stepping around folks with nimble. The nimble changes are interesting as well. So everything is nimble, unless it's got nimble, in which case it's extra nimble. I really like that. It just means without increasing the speed of the units, there's still you get to the point where you're in the strategic position that you want to be in to execute your game plan.
Yeah.
You do it much quicker. So
it feels more fluid, doesn't it?
Feels more fluid, yeah. So I think people, we're probably very guilty of just up and out about a man, which is why I play ogres and orcs, because they look after themselves and not make mistakes. But I think a lot of folks ran strategies where they would wait till turn 5 or 6 to step in and then positioning themselves for best advantage. But I think that's sort of changed a bit now. You can set yourself up, whatever it is you want to do, a whole lot quicker, so you can get there faster.
Well, I think if you leave it too late, because of the only two it are facing, you risk not getting through enough stuff at all. So I think that's not having played a heap of games in 4th. That's one of the tactics I think I'm struggling to get a hold of at the moment, and not playing withdraw probably to the best of its ability is, adapting to when is the right time to get into combat. I think is quite different, and the fact sticky combat is a massive challenge.
Sticky combat is huge.
Yeah.
It's huge. There's all sorts of techniques you can use there. You just charge something just because you know that they're not going to be able to get out of it, particularly if you've got a chaff unit, they've got a capital unit, you put it in there, obviously they'll get knocked out next term, but they can't withdraw from combat. So.
No. So I think, it feels like I think that the role of chaff has become even more important.
Agreed.
And I think
which is why, of course, Matthew, I'm taking regiments of Aucklings to this tournament. That's the reason I'm taking regiments.
Yeah, of course.
Nothing to do with I wasn't paying attention when I was building the list.
Yeah, and then submitted the list and bit too late. So you were madly painting Aucklings. So you're bringing Orcs. Do you maybe given you didn't really know that you had Orc regiments in your list, maybe I shouldn't ask you what the list is off the top of your head.
Oh no, it's the same. I like Jatz's strategy where he's just going to play this army for 2 years so I get good at it. I've decided to follow that advice.
Yeah.
And stop hopping around the place. Just stick to Orcs. Hopefully I don't get too nerfed too bad what's coming. But yeah, so this is obviously Thonar, don't leave home without him. Flag over the Banner of Command, and then Rift Forger, which means I've got 3 dice for Green Rage for all 3 of them, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
A couple of Morax, don't leave home without them. Rift Forge Legionnaire Horde with a Raw Strength, which is obviously the setup of the army. Hopefully you don't get through that in 2 or 3 turns and it gets to fight back. I had enough points to bring along the regiment, Rift Forge Hooks, and then Gore Riders with Strider. It was Gore Rider and Thonar hanging out together with the Tundra Wolves. That's pretty much one shot, put those 2 in. Either Gore Riders plus Wolves or Thonar, and it pretty much one shots anything.
Which do have one of the rare things too, you Tundra Wolves that have nimble, which I found out in my one practice game in my list. I thought I'd blocked everything up, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, they've got nimble. They've got to exactly where they needed to be.
And then Trolls, which are like a big step change in Trolls. Going from 14, 17 to 17 straight up and self-inspiring. And again, don't leave home without them. And probably my favourite in there is the wardrobe. My favourite is the Shrine. That thing's nuts.
Yeah.
250 points, 12 lightning, chain lightning, so it can bounce to something next to it. And then,
still does enough in combat.
That's right. It doesn't die. It's F5, 17, hangs around for a bit. So it's a pretty handy bit of kit.
Yeah, and I think some knocks down in attacks of things like the Trolls and other large infantry too is another little bit of knock to large infantry, but it's made. I think avoiding terrain has become even more important in this edition with changing Pathfinder and Strider and things, hasn't it? If you're hindered, it's very hard to go through things.
Yeah, it also makes the big grindings like Trolls, Wards, and Orcs much more useful because you care about terrain. Come out the road.
Yeah. I think your record's pretty decent with the Orcs, isn't it?
They're very, 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 very forgiving. It's easier to protect flanks when you've got so many Orcs. And basically, since I'm not very good at positioning things and playing tactically, might as well have an army like push across the board while other people run into it.
So I'm not sure, did we get through the whole list? We had your 3 characters. You had the Shrine, your Horde of Legionnaires, a couple of Morax, Gores, Tundra Wolves, Trolls, and your Aucklings. Yeah. So you've got, how many Aucklings you got?
I've got a lot, yeah.
Is it 2 regiments in a troop?
Yes, 2 regiments in a troop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which,
in other lists you might think about taking 3 troops, for example, because there's not a big difference between a troop and a regiment in terms of the purpose that you. But I thought I'd give regiments a go just to shake things up a bit, man.
And it
nothing to do with them.
And it probably cost you being able to take a second horde of Legionnaires probably.
Oh yeah, look, I had a fiddle. I couldn't take a second horde of Legionnaires without dropping Blue Strength. And real strength is kind of mandatory as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I mean, you haven't got a massive. Well, I was going to say you haven't got a massive amount of high damage output, but you kind of do. I mean, the Gores hit hard. And then CS2 on the Legionnaires is, and then the Morax hit reasonably hard. And the Trolls, what are they, Crush 2?
Yeah, he on fulls. But they don't die, regen, etc. I did experiment taking Godspeaker, mainly because he's got Bane Chant and Drain Life. And as you know, I'm a bit of a Drain Life fan.
Yes, yeah. Going back to your Ogre days.
I like Drain Life. But you've got to give up Fonar and take a Godspeaker. Like I said, don't leave home with that Fonar.
No, not at the moment. And would you say, I mean, Thonar and the Green Rage Command in general, obviously, Thona's version is much infinitely better than the...
It's skewy, but it goes off. Steve's got used the spell where you...
Scorched Earth.
Scorched Earth, yeah, that's a pain in the ass. But even with Scorched Earth, he can go 4 up with the Gore Riders, but third of the hits double.
Yeah.
Sort of almost makes it worse.
Yeah. And do you think, even if Thonar wasn't a thing, do you think Green Rage is too powerful? I know you're going to be obviously biased by playing it, but
I completely understand if people think Green Rage is too biased, particularly compared to some of the other commands that armies have. Yeah. Other commands that Kings of Men have.
I'm not even sure on Kings.
It's like those two commands I can't remember how, but they're not always useful, and then they don't do much. Like compared to that, it's very powerful.
I like the theme of it. I hope they don't get rid of it in the update. If they were going to do anything to it, the easy fix I think is don't get rid of it because it's thematic. Just make it harder. Make it 2 successes like the Salamander Defense one.
Well, the Salamander Defense one, I think that's a good example of command that's broken. Like it's just very, very frustrating. Even with 3 dice, you've got 2 hits. I think changing it to 5s is probably the right answer there. But that's a pain in the ass. Particularly when they're already high defence. And or have regen on those 5 things. Those 5 drakes.
Well, and the thing with the defence one too, and it's the same with Green Rage is limited on keyword, isn't it? Whereas I don't think the +1 defence one is limited on keyword.
But it's also pretty thematic, right? You just take looks. One of the things I miss from the Games Workshop days is the silliness of hooks. The variability that they can swing pretty hard. Sort of the models in the past were sort of quite funny as well. So I'd like to see some more of that come back. And I think the 2 styles of this from the Orcs, the Riftforged Orcs and then the normal Orcs.
Yes.
I think they could do a bit to blend that. I don't think they need 2 lists.
Well, remember at the start of version 2, Goblins still had yellow belly.
Yeah.
You had to roll the dice before you could charge. If you rolled a 1, you couldn't charge.
Yeah.
I was a bit sad when that went away, actually. But it didn't, I guess, fit with what a lot of people like and the predictability of Kings. Which I think was what I like about some of the commands and stuff. It doesn't take away from the core predictability around movement. It just takes away some of the predictability of combats, mostly, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And I think they struggled a little bit to make it thematic. But things like Green Rage are definitely thematic, and then the high defence stuff, Salamanders is thematic.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident we're seeing that come back in there. I think looking forward to what we might see in the new book. And so, I've brought the first ride of the Trident Realms to a tournament, which most of my list is kind of 2 of everything, really. So I've got a Centurion, which I've put in because I like the rally that it gives out to most of the core troops. I've got an Aquamage, which I think I already have a Scorched Earth and Heal.
That's annoying.
Yeah, and I think
particularly if you've got Ensnare and Scorched Earth.
Yeah.
What now?
Yeah. I like the characters where you can almost double up the same effects of the commands too. So like having heal with the command that can knock a damage off a unit, I think is good. So I've got that, and then my third character is a Dambuster Sentinel. Then I've got 2 units of the Placoderm Defenders, 2 regiments, I should say. 2 regiments of the Depth Horrors. So they're quite good. I mean, the main thing with them with their big base is trying to keep them unhindered. 2 units of Tidal Swarm. Yeah. 2 regiments of...
Tidal Swarm is yielding?
No. 2 units of Worm Riders. 2 Knuckers. The Knuckers are good. I kind of, when we had our game, I misplayed them, but having Ensnare, I think, is really good. I feel like there might be 1 unit I'm missing there, but yeah, it was mostly 2 of everything, and which I've just managed to scrape together just in time. But yeah,
I certainly appreciate that you're not taking Old Giants.
yes. Oh yeah, actually, Coral Giants. Yeah.
And then I also really appreciate you not taking the Naiad Snarers because they suck.
Yeah. Actually, I remember the unit. I forgot. I've got a regiment of the Flying Frogs, whatever they're called, Dambusters. Yeah. So,
Because you can make like all chaff, like Auckland's and your titles, make them yielding.
That would be interesting. Actually.
Well, it really doesn't matter, does it? You just withdraw and if they die, they die.
Well, yeah, now that I've learned that against you, I think I'll pull that out probably at some point today.
But if you withdraw and you fail a nerve test, what happens?
You're dead.
You're dead. You're dead? Look that up. Because that works if you're dead.
I think you fail if you're dead. So, like, with your chaff units, there's almost no reason not to do it.
100%.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you've played it right, because, I mean, the whole point of chaff right is you're getting the charge that you want.
Yeah.
So, if you've got your charges that you want and they're in the way and you don't want them to be the second unit in a frontage, absolutely. You should just roll them and take them off yourself. Yeah. I guess the only thing with that is as long as they've taken enough damage for you to be successful at it. But,
well, if you succeed, you just withdraw, and if you counter-charging units close enough, you just pop out the back of that. But if you don't go all the way through, then you die anyway, so who cares?
Yeah. I also have to look up, actually, what happens if you hit something, if you hit an enemy unit, you're dead. Yeah. And if you hit impassable, you're dead.
Yeah. I think if you finish inside your unit,
then you bounce out.
You bounce out, but you wave it.
So I think there's a lot of that, and then obviously, I mean, I haven't got anything in my list. Do you have anything in your list that has feint that kind of powers that up a bit more?
No.
Because the feint means you automatically pass, is that right? And you get to, instead of having to face the enemy unit at the fit that you've withdrawn from at the end, you get a free pivot, I think. Something. Yeah. So, I mean, my problem, I think, when I've run Northern Alliance before, and the birds have feint, I think.
There's like Cavian and King's Men that has feint. So Luke's planning to basically use that to obviously screen his cavalry. I think I like the optics of that. It's like the flea rule in Warhammer, which is probably the only thing about Warhammer I miss. Flea was kind of really quite a tactical thing to use. Feint feels like that. Withdrawal feels the same.
Yeah, and I think the main reason, I mean, that part of the thing with, I guess, Warhammer is your flea was also variable range, right?
Yeah.
And I think they've mainly attempted to keep everything I go, you go in terms of during your turn. So I think that's probably been the main reason against a mechanic like that making its way in is then all of a sudden your opponent's playing in your turn. But yeah, I think those mechanics, I totally agree with you. They haven't been fully realised yet, but also haven't had that many big tournaments or anything. I think where you've got more competitive people who have worked all that stuff out. Have you come up against anything that's a particularly good or bad matchup for the Hawks in your playing of games since
Steve Jennings is bad. Match up for my Hawks.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what he's playing.
That's it, pretty much. Bad matchup for the Hawks. So gun line's going to hurt him. That's one of Max's tools. Gun lines is going to hurt him. Anything Max brings along is going to hurt him. I think like the elf gun line, which I haven't seen much of yet. That's probably going to be problematic. All flat shooting, of course. After the shrine. That classic mix of heavy duty and fast end shooting. Possible. Big numbers on an uptake across the board.
Yeah, I think, a significant amount of shooting would be also a problem for my list because it's mostly low defence. So there's not a hell of a lot in the way of high defence other than the placoderms. I'm just hoping for 3 good games today and interesting mix of plays.
Is Rob Billing?
Rob, yeah. Grudge him.
We were going to grudge the last tournament. He's not coming to this one, that's right.
He is.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I'll play him first. That'll be good.
We can call Kak Cup in a second if we want to get him to set it up.
I think Kak's probably already got that in hand. I've played Rob twice now. At the end of the tournament, I like playing Rob because we both don't really give a fuck. They're good fun games. I've beaten him twice, so I think he's pretty keen to line up and even the ledger.
Well, at the small point tournament that John ran at defence, he gave me a touch up, that's for sure. Yeah. So I think he's bringing his Twilight kit, his UV painted Twilight kit.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All right. Well, we might check back in when we're driving home to see how we went for the day. I'll show you.
Here we are with world famous Max K. After
to be back, man.
3 games of Kak Cup 2, 2250 points. How's your day been, Maxie?
Oh, pretty sweaty.
Pretty sweaty. Yeah, I can see some aircon vents. I'm not sure if they're on, but no.
I think so.
Yeah, or just sweaty because you're under pressure the whole day. Yeah.
Staying on the bottom tables is hard, mate.
Bottom tables.
Not used to being down there.
No, you're not very familiar with those. What did you bring today?
Nice balanced elf list.
Yep. Yeah, what was in it?
Quarter spears with a hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Regiment of Cav with boots. And then just a bunch of troops.
Bunch of troops. Yeah.
Cav troops, Dracon troops.
How many shots?
20.
Oh, is that all? Oh, there's a couple of other elf lists, I think, with 70 or 80 shots here.
Yeah, no. Well, not a lot of shooting.
Yeah, I don't think they've gone too far to the top though, the shooty lists.
The other elf list did scare me, but
yeah.
I tried the Tree Herder, Nimue, a couple of Frost Shambler troops.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I thought game 1, Nimue had got you into a winning position really early. But then she choked on something, did she?
Yeah. She took her clothes off last game. And I don't know, man.
Yeah. And I don't think we've had you on in 4th. How are you finding 4th overall?
Loving it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What would you say, is there anything that's improved to 3rd for you?
A bunch of changes to the core rules that have improved the game overall.
Yeah.
I think the game's in a better spot than it's ever been.
Yeah.
There is a few balance issues that everyone knows about, but they'll be addressed.
Yeah. What would the main one of those be for you? Balance? Is it the between army stuff?
Yeah. The difference between the top and the bottom armies is a bit much at the moment, but I'm confident that'll get reined in.
Yeah. What would you have down the bottom?
Empire of Dust.
Yeah. I think, probably for a range of reasons, they seem to have been hurt pretty hard.
Yeah, I don't think any other armies that far down though.
No.
There's a few up the top, Ratkin, Goblins, Nature.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly don't think, I personally don't buy into the, only the armies in that first book are good. because there's plenty. You look at orcs, Twilight Kin.
Oh, walks are up there as well.
Yeah, Ratkin. Like
Just
you said.
finished my orc army, mate.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should have brought it today.
Yeah, you're taking it to Winter's Wrath in a couple of weeks.
I think so.
Yep. So that's the Port Macquarie 2-day. Have you dabbled in most of your armies in 4th so far, or?
Yeah, half of them.
Yeah.
Still got about 3 that I haven't touched.
Yeah. I think in 3rd would halflings have been your most successful army?
No, I think goblins were my most successful, and elves. Yeah.
How have you? And so goblins, I mean, I think they've gone all right, but have you found the changes to halflings?
Don't think they're in a great spot, to be honest.
Not in a great spot? No.
They've got a lot of commands going, but I mean, none of them seem to do a whole lot.
No.
Quite situational and hard to off at the same time. So
you able to put your finger on what maybe needs to change for them, or?
I feel like they're paying too much for spell ward.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like some of their commands need to be buffed or reduced in, level.
Mm-hmm. As in, what you need to get them off. Yep. Yeah, nice.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think the army's fine. Yeah, there's a few standouts. Obviously, the Iron Beast is still awesome.
Yeah. Anything you don't like in the changes to the core rules?
That's a good question. You on the spot here?
Sorry?
You put me on the spot here.
I have put you on the spot. That's all right. We can edit out your thinking.
I think spells hitting on 3s is not great.
Yeah. I'm not sure about shooting in general hitting on 3s.
I mean, if it's balanced appropriately in terms of cost, I guess.
Like, especially when you got a dodgy bugger like Kakwa, the TO, who shoots his horde of chakrams at my poor depth horrors. 18 wounds.
Did you win that game?
In one round of shooting? No, I got absolutely spanked. Yeah. No, so, I think there's a few things, but I'll tell you what, it's pretty enjoyable to play. I'm finding it, more different, I think, than you predicted at the start with some of the changes, but, we'll get there. So you're taking orcs to Port Macquarie. Is there anything you've been enjoying most in terms of the armies?
Well, I like that orcs seem to win very easily without much effort.
Yeah, like a bit of green rage.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
I've played a couple of practice games and it's been push it forward.
Pretty tasty.
Often dies.
Yeah. So are the halflings underpowered enough that you're not bringing them out for a while?
I'll bring them out here and there, I think.
Yeah.
It's still a very fun army to play. There's a lot of variety and a lot of cool units that do different things.
Yeah.
Compared to the orcs, which are quite boring.
Yeah. And this is the second Kakwa Cup, so building up a scene in Sydney. And he's been gatekeeping on lists to keep a bit of filth away.
Yeah.
How many list resubmits have you been made to do?
He's asked my opinion, but
no, of your own.
Of my.
How many times has it made you resubmit your own list?
Once last Kak Cup.
Oh, really? Yeah. With what army was that?
I think it was all essentially.
Yeah.
And then I learned my lesson.
So bought something fluffier that had you on the bottom table.
Down too much this time.
Yeah.
Next time I'll find the sweet middle ground.
Yeah. But it's good. I mean, we got 22 players here today at a one-day tournament, and I reckon, a good half dozen maybe playing their first-ish event, first or second?
Yeah, I reckon about half of them.
Yeah, and the store's starting to stock. So, that's good stuff. I think we're, a little bit of a healthy scene growing around here, which is good.
Yeah, it's a good gaming space too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great space, plenty of room. Like we got 22 in here and a recording table elsewhere. And I mean, you could easily get 2 or 3 more tables and not feel crowded. Might make it a bit more warm, but yeah.
I have to pump this aircon.
Yeah. And the, there's the toilets with the permanent blue lights. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And well, what's next for you? So you'll take the orcs to Port Macquarie, and then is there a new army coming soon for you, or?
No, not with 2 kids at home.
Yeah. What about expansions on the others? Or
it's away, I think, for a little bit.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
No, I'll keep expanding. I've still got a couple of halfling units to add and a couple of elf projects to.
And have you painted up your equal opportunity dragon? Sorry?
I have.
Oh, you have? Yeah. Have you used it? Yeah.
Last Kak Cup.
Yeah. How's it go?
Oh, definitely my favourite model in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, good. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, mate. Good luck. Well, I'd say good luck on the results, but you're not going to get anything, are you?
Nah.
No. Yeah.
Hope for the spoon.
Yeah. Oh, you might have just avoided that with one win at the end. Yeah. Although I got spanked in that last game. You never know. Maybe I'll be down there.
Maybe I'll jump.
Yeah, maybe. All right. We'll catch up soon, Maxie.
All right. Safe travels.
Right. So I'm catching up with Brendan at the end of 3 games of Kak Cup 2. And is this I think seeing your name around on the Facebook pages for a while. So I think you were dabbling in 3rd. Is that right? Before 4th? Or has 4th really got you in? Or
I've been playing Kings of War since 1st edition. But I've only really been going like consistently recently. I had a gap for a while and I'm back for 4th. So it's like learning a new game almost all over again.
Yep. And was coming back because of 4th, or life just allowed the circumstances were right, or
just circumstances of life. I mean, I got into Kings of War initially after Warhammer Fantasy was axed.
Yep.
And then I've come back at just a time where the game's changing. There's more balance. There's a lot more interesting rules, unique factions.
Yeah.
Beautiful new models being released.
Yep.
And so it's almost like it's refreshed the whole community that I've been part of since 1st edition.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't remember the last tournament we had in Sydney, to be honest. So we've come up from Canberra today, and there's 22 people here and only a couple of out-of-towners, like most are from somewhere around the Sydney region. So that's awesome.
Well, we seem to be bouncing around different areas of Sydney. So the first Kak Cup is in Mortdale at the Combat Company.
Yeah.
And the second one here at Hall of Heroes, Campbelltown.
Yeah.
I think it's good to get people involved from all over the city, and that seems to be what's happening. In the past, we've done ShireCon in Moab.
Yeah.
Hope we can keep doing that. I don't know this year or maybe next year, but
yeah,
there's a real vibrant Kings of War community right now.
Yeah, 100%. And I've just been into the shop there, and he's got, more Kings of War than I've seen in a shop in Australia. So, the store owner, Matt here, who I think I remember chatting up Ronnie at CanCon this year. So, he's doing a good job of getting stock in. So is this super local for you, this event?
I'm from the Shire, so I came with friends, but that's pretty close, like an hour away.
Yeah.
There's people that spend time, like come from the mountains, or they come down South Coast or even Canberra.
Yeah.
And they dedicate a good number of hours drive to just get to a Kings of War event.
Yeah.
Which shows you like how popular it is.
Yeah.
And just people love the eloquent rule set. People love the simplicity of the game.
Yeah.
And even the culture of the game, the kind of people that play, at least in this community of players, really friendly, really welcoming. I mean, Kak Cup catered to new players.
Yeah.
You got 3 tournament points automatically if it was your first comp.
Yeah.
And lists were vetted as well to make sure they weren't overpowered by the TO. So that's just like representative, I think, of how welcoming the Kings of War people are.
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree. And yeah, I mean, I think it's just good to see it happening in Sydney again. You mentioned liking the look of some of the new models. There's plenty of vitriol on the internet, mostly from people, I think, who've never bought a Mantic model in their life.
Well,
but
I think it's sort of people compare to Games Workshop a lot. They think that's the standard, but I think at Mantic's doing, it's branching out in its own design.
Yeah.
And so you buy into, I think, the vision that Mantic Games is trying to put out with their models. I think I appreciate the originality.
Yeah.
So you could argue about like the quality of the molds and could they do this or that, but it's a process. It's a relatively young game. Kings of War, it's only in its 4th edition. And they're coming out with some really original models you can't find in any other range.
No, that's right. And I think, people post pictures of the GW stuff and say, oh, this is the standard. I mean, that's subjective anyway, right? It's like, I mean, I personally don't like most of their stuff that they produce these days. It's a bit too detailed for my liking and
the price
a bit too much going on.
Yeah, and the price point, you're going to spend probably twice the money to play, say, if you want to play the old world that's come out, at least triple the money that you're going to spend on Kings of War.
Yeah.
A whole army.
Yeah. And whether you like the character or not, actually the new plastic stuff, the molds are incredible. Like they go together really well. Like the depth horrors and the placoderms I've got in my army, and I'm just started putting together the Zerkali. The Zerkali is it's definitely the best kit I've ever put together from Mantic,
I think the Zerkali in 28 mil scale is probably one of the most unique kits I've seen I've been doing hobby now over 20 years.
Yeah.
I've never seen an army like that. So
No.
you have the originality, you have the affordability, and it's a great game. The rule set, again, like the actual game itself, you put all that effort into building and painting an army, and you play a game that's just elegant, well thought out, smooth, welcoming people. It's got that, it's almost got that kind of underdog culture. People want to bring people in.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that sort of monopoly, so to speak.
No,
Other
no.
games might think they have.
Yeah. yeah, all that, yeah, or the, I guess the culture where, only come here if you have an interest in being like ultra competitive. I certainly don't think it's got that.
I personally, I was having a debate with my brother last night about what's meta. Everyone wants to do the best.
Yeah.
But to me, I said, well, that's not hobbying. Hobbying, that's gaming.
Yeah.
And obviously, it goes together, gaming and hobby. It's a war game hobby.
Yeah.
But to me, hobbying is you love the models. I always run lists that are thematic.
Yeah.
I love the theme more than I love the most meta list.
Yeah.
And so I invest a lot in the models, the painting of them, the story that I create in my head. And then when I put them on the battlefield, sure, like it might not be the most meta list, but it's the most enjoyable for me. So
yeah, nice. And what did you bring to the event?
Today I did Basileans. It was actually my first time playing with them today. So game one of Kak Cup 2 was in fact the first time playing Basileans.
Yeah.
Pretty straightforward list. A lot of men at arms, a few paladin knights and things. Pretty standard list.
As in the foot knights or the mounted knights?
Both, one of each. But I didn't really spam anything. I just had different things. I like a regiment of crossbows, not the best unit, but they look cool. A big regiment of crossbows. They look sick.
Yeah.
And that's how I approach my hobby anyway. I love the look and the theme.
Yeah.
I almost did an abyssal army, but I kind of like playing for the good guys.
Yeah.
So I do Basileans because they're like ultra lawful good, to use a D&D term.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like the theme of as well.
Yeah. And how'd you go across the day? How'd you find, is there stuff, like you say, you're building the theme, but is there stuff that you're just like, I don't think that'll make it off the shelf again?
Well, I'm pretty happy with how my army went. The first game, there was literally an inch in it.
Yeah, right.
My opponent had a unit with speed 7. He was able to turn 90 degrees and march 14 to take an objective.
Yeah.
If he was speed 6, he would have marched 12. He wouldn't have been in range of that objective. So there was literally, on turn 7, mind you, which is a 4 plus, after turn 6 and a 4 plus usually is a 7.
Yeah.
On turn 7, 1 inch in the whole game.
Yeah.
That's the most closest it can get.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Second game, I made some mistakes, got tabled. Third game, a bit more strategic, and took it away 4-3. So
yeah, awesome. And so the Basileans, have you had them for a while? You've been working on them, or?
I've been thinking about the list for a while. They're very different. I've been used to playing Abyssal Dwarves usually.
Yeah.
Abyssal Dwarves play really defensively and they're pretty tough. Basileans, they're not as tough. They can't take it, but they need to work together. So you need more units working together, attacking together, staying together. They're a bit more cooperative in that sense. If you find a unit stuck out by itself in Basileans, they're going to be wiped.
Yeah.
Like Men-at-Arms Regiment. They're so weak just by themselves. When you put them next to someone else or with Elohai or with some Paladin Knights, and they can actually be pretty good.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what the updates hold for the Basileans in the next book.
Well, and that's why I like to focus on the theme that I enjoy, because things that are the best or the most meta unit in a list, they can change as the updates come and go.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden that it's overpriced or it's not as good as it used to be. And I sort of avoid all that just by going with what I like, the theme, but I'm sure the new rules will make it exciting and change up the play style a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think I'm the same as you. I really like that theme of Basileia. Like for me, I think it's one of their best IPs. Like even though it's maybe not as unique as say, the Zerkali or something, I think I really like the idea and all those units working together as well. So
my personal approach when starting a new army, I like to look into the lore of the world. So look into the lore of Panathor, Basileia. They're kind of like a holy guardian trying to keep hell at bay. They're sort of literally on the edge of hell on the map of Panathor.
Yeah. And
I think the theme is they're almost like the prison guards of hell, trying to keep the lords of hell in.
Yes. Yeah.
Stop any incursions come out, or the abyss as it's called.
Yeah.
So if you like holy paladin knights, you go for that. Yeah, it's got the classic elven theme, but then the Zerkali is like obviously East Asian theme. But yeah, look at Panathor, the map, look at the lore, and find which faction you like the sense of, and go with that. Do you like ancient Egyptian theme? That's Dust, Empires of Dust. Ice elves, sort of almost like a Narnian kind of thing going on there with the forces of nature, for example.
And then you look a little bit more closely and things like the Zerkali, they've got that even further back that they've escaped, the Empire of Dust and then come and, now is the time of retribution, so, there's plenty in there. I mean, when we started playing 10 years ago, there wasn't as much of that now, but I think now it's pretty well developed. So it is easier to find, I guess, that kind of theme that you're looking for.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think what fantasy settings are doing, they're trying to represent different cultures, because you look at the way the maps and stories are involved. It's been very Western European, like knights and castles kind of thing, but they're bringing in like that Zakali theme is bringing in that East Asian theme. Kingdoms of Men, that can be any culture you want it to be,
Yeah.
human nature. I think it's really open to sort of shaping your army the theme you want.
And so what's next hobby-wise for you, Brennan?
Well, I'm not sure if there's a Kak Cup 3. Maybe there should be.
I'm sure there will be sooner or later.
But there's always the hobby creep. It's the kind of the best and the worst thing. Like if you love to collect, I might be looking into ogres or forces of nature.
Oh yeah, nice.
I was thinking about doing a forces of nature army based on the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe theme.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
if you look at the list and you look at what you can have in a force of nature list, and then you like watch the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe or read the book, you can have an Aslan as a character called a Avatar of the Father. Yeah, or you can have critters. They could be otters and things.
Yeah.
Or fawns.
Yeah. I mean, well, the new stuff fits that quite well, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I'm actually thinking of doing a Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe based forces of nature.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for giving us some of your time, mate. And, hopefully we see you around at some more events.
Thank you.
So on our way back home from Kak Cup, with one man with better results than the other, I think. What did you get? 1 win, 2 losses. That's what I had. Oh, is it? Okay, there we go. Last loss was quite small. So, maybe have a bit of let's chat about your games first. So round 1, what did we play? We played Compass Points. Yeah, that was quite a good scenario. Yeah, I really like that. I've played it a couple of times now. I think it's a really good scenario. Which was new. Was it new in the last Clash of Kings or new to 4th? Yeah. So that's where there's, four objectives. The 2 wing objectives, I guess, or the east and west are worth 1. The opposite you, so north from you is worth 3, and your own is worth 2. Who did you play in that? I played Nick Legrand. Oh yes, yep. He's back from retirement. Nick he's been on Camel Charge a couple of times. Had his own, I think it was called Watchtower or something, in the podcast when fantasy was a thing. What was he playing? Ogres. For me, because I understand ogres. Yep. Way better than Dark. Yeah. It's a list, yeah. Some boomers, some berserkers, so I know enough about to be terrified of. Siege breakers, which was interesting. And then hunters. So Thane Hunt. That was unexpected. And he treated my shrine with some disdain and gave me a flanked berserker, which is a mistake. It was a good game. Yeah, well, we spoke about the shrine on the way, didn't we, as being a bit of an MVP in general. So, I mean, a flanking berserker is going to be winning on 2s, right? When it's sitting on 3s, what's that? 20 attacks in the flank? Yeah. That was soft up too. Yeah, I was quite happy with that game. Obviously, beating Nick's a big deal for me. 25 years playing him on and off, but never come close, so that was good. I didn't make any mistakes, which is my key objective. And so, what did the Boomers do? So I played against the Boomers. He kind of used them as chaff a bit. Yes. Were they troops or regiments? Troops. Yeah, right. Yep. But as track chaff, they're kind of useful because just take a charge. Playing up against the Orcs, it's a bit of worry. You tend to shrug those things off. MVP was my regiments of Aucklands. That were never intended to be on the list. Got a couple of flank charges off them, 48 Aucklands in the flanks. Just give anybody a nightmare. Put Aucklands in the flank with siege breakers, which was quite funny. They ended up killing your sieges. One shot these hunters, which was really quite lucky. With Thane Hunt and Aucklands. Right, and getting off green range, and he chucked scorched earth at me, so I was hitting on 5s. But green range went off, so even hitting on 5s, you one shot it all hits double. Yeah, it's Thane Hunt's definitely playing. Yeah, okay. And was it a big win as in on the scenario?
Yes, yeah. He ended up running away with his blaster, which is an interesting unit these days.
Yeah. In order to not get tabled, you mean?
Yeah, it didn't really matter. He's
scoring.
Jack,
he calls it. Yeah. Yeah. So there's, what is it, three for a win. I think it's 3-2-1, isn't it?
3-1.
Yeah, 2 for a draw, 1 for a loss.
And you get one to be double the outcome for your opponent, point for first kill in combat, one each, and you kill each other in general. Learn as much rules, man. Yeah, easy 1 points for first timers, which is good. He's pitching the tournament, which is great.
Uh-huh.
And then Manny Bowden, which is also great. So, it's the key end of the week with this. Recycling all figurines. That's okay.
Yeah, and I played Lee, who was part of the crowd from Wollongong.
He's new.
Yes, he has. He's observed. I think he observed this year at Clash. He came down with the Wollongong boys. And he's a great bloke, and he was playing about his second or third game.
Yeah, right.
And piloting ogres. It sounded not too dissimilar. I think Max had written his list and called it Crocs and Socks. I think apparently that's what he's known for, is wearing Crocs and socks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean he had.
It's funny because you don't get the Crocs.
No, exactly. Yeah, so I think he had a couple of siege breakers, hunters, regiment of boomers, mammoth. Mammoth's still good.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit of a mixed list. I think the matriarch. The ogre matriarch. Interesting now that there's 2 matriarchs in different lists. There's a Carly matriarch and an ogre matriarch.
Interesting, Nick brought Rockamore. Which is quite a lot of points for what he does, but it's just a real standoff here. It's terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we had a great game. I think I haven't really got much experience with Fourth or the Trident Realms, and he pushed forward as ogre should. You know. Oh, and he had a warlock, because they get 85, right? And it had the boomstick.
Oh, yeah.
And then boosting around, so it was often lightning bolt 10. 83, is it?
Yeah, but the boomstick plus 2 is fine.
Oh, right, so it must have been built in.
Three for neighbours.
Yeah. So we probably played a rock all day. I think we assumed it wasn't built into the profile once you got it, but it's no big deal. But at one stage there, I thought it was going to get me, but I managed to get the chocolates on turn 6 with 3-1. So I think must have got the 2 on my side and one of the wings. And I did that by withdrawing on turn 6. Nice with a knucker. I could see that where I had to charge in to hold up his boomers, and had the base facing roughly the token, and I was about 7 inches away from the token, so I knew that if I backed up, most rolls would leave me within range of the token.
Yeah.
So on the 2d6, I think it only had 3 wounds or something.
So you successfully withdrew?
Successfully withdrew. I think it was only on about 3 or 4 wounds, and its nerves 15. So
did you go back through someone, or did you?
Nothing behind me. Yeah. So thankfully we had that one practice game that to think about withdrawal.
Yeah, I had a couple of withdrawals with Auckland, which were really, really strategically useful. They died.
I think Nick said that it was one of the things that helped you in that game.
Absolutely.
Good withdrawal. Yeah, and I personally don't think I see it a lot, but I think we'll see it in an increasing amount.
I wonder if rules committee should look at motions instead of fame. Which they would change things. And consider each of the getting fame.
Yeah. Yeah, I do wonder if there's too many things with auxiliary at the moment. I know they don't want 100 drop armies, but you're paying more points for them anyway, troops and things, except for the swarms. But troops and things, I don't know. It just feels like
you don't have any drop unlocks.
Yeah, that is true.
Taking calls almost.
And then game 2, we had an interesting one. It was we did diagonal deployment, but control, and so the call was to leave. So the control zones were left as if we were playing off deployment, and but just the deployment changed, which was interesting. And I think, once you're used to it, it's just everyone ends up with a fat flank and skinny flank, and
you get a one box for free and hard work for the other box.
Yeah, and the interesting thing, I guess, with that is that with the control zones is that your big fat flanks are opposite ends to each other, right? So
Actually, really like it.
I think it changes things nicely. I know a lot of some people say, I don't know if these alternates belong in deployments, but I think you should be able to adapt.
Yeah, certain scenarios skew quite well.
Yeah.
Like I was talking to Kak about lengthways one. Talking about dominate and invade. Yeah. It would be quite fun on the lengthways one, but then things like pillage. People are still objectives right down the back of the board is going to make it a bit difficult.
Yeah.
So I think you pick the right scenario for the right deployment option. Go quite well.
I certainly think that if you're doing the alternate deployments, it's probably ones where probably a good idea maybe not to publish the scenarios beforehand, also with the deployment zone, so people are having to build for all eventualities.
As an all player, I like the long ways.
Oh, you would, because you just covered all fronts.
You'll fill it up there. Get all the way through this, and then you're going to get all the way through the next course.
Yeah, so that so we're playing that. Who do you have game 2?
I had Rob Millington.
Oh yeah, with his Twilight Kid.
Which I don't think I've ever played. I've never looked at the rules.
I think they're the ones that he's painted with UV.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Yeah. As long as you remember to bring his UV on.
Yeah, which and I think he was saying he'd had to do a fair bit of repair and he just got that ready in time because I think he dropped it after the last tournament or something.
Yeah, he dropped it at Kak Cup.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I always find it hard with Twilight Kid at the moment to remember what the names of things were, but from the sounds of it, he had some good combinations.
Yeah, so it's
flesh hooks and
weakness. They stack.
Yeah. I think flesh hooks is one of the best commands.
Oh, God. Yeah, he was, and he got a couple of sixes off too. It was just, you pile in with your bloody tooled up rift forged orcs and the Morax unit. You can't have 6 attacks on that. You can't have 6 attacks. What now?
Yeah. And if it's combined with it, you're weak. Yeah.
Down the hitting on 5s.
Yeah, I think it takes some careful planning to play against Twilight Kid.
Yeah, again, when you double hit or something like that, it's with the arm things. Yeah. Range on 5s and 6s.
Yeah, it's a good counter for that, isn't it?
But that was a really tough army. And, at a point in time, turn 2, turn 3, you go, that is me. Turn later, you go, no chance. I'm in serious trouble. Yeah. I'm not getting through that. That's he plays it well.
Yeah, I think he's played it for a few tournaments now, so he's doing some reps under his belt.
Shooting might give him a touch up.
Yeah.
Alex's Book Army, Elf Army, I played. Might give him a bit of.
Because I don't think he's got quite as much stealthy as he used to have, or options.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Yeah, I think that gun line balance is what make you think a bit. Alex keeps stepping back. Yeah. Who did you play second?
I played Owen Jones from Sydney, who's a very nice guy. Owen's been around the scene for a while and been playing.
Owen's one of those people that makes you feel really, really good about being mob.
Yes, yeah. And we had a really good game. I made a couple of huge mistakes, to be honest. I stepped back a unit, which didn't step back the other, which opened up the flank for a couple of things, and I just not paying quite enough attention.
Certain people out there where you don't make mistakes.
Yeah, he's a very tight player, and almost pulled back. I think at the end of 6, I was only down by a point, and then by the end of 7, so ended up a good good old pasting. So it certainly, I mean, losing by one wouldn't have didn't feel like that kind of game because it had certainly taken a lot off. Yeah. It's still interesting to come to the grips with for me that your characters score. So trying to remember that as well.
Yeah. They don't score with loot boxes.
No, that's true. But his MVP with that was like, I mean, Julius got in my head.
So why was Julius so much for him?
Well, just because he's a small base and flying.
Yeah, right.
And he had a fair bit of other stuff that could punch you in the face. And so anything speed 10, I've got nothing speed 10 in my army. I've got a couple of speed 9s and things. And yeah, he just ended up spinning me around a little bit. And he's still got his 7 attacks, so he's a decent little, not a points, but he's a decent little mini dragon. And with the blocks of tricks that he has, like one of their commands is giving lead. And it's not that hard to get off. I think it gets off on a 5. So, a lot of things were getting elite each turn. So I can't remember his exact list, but he had something like, I think he had a troop, a horde of whatever I think the men at arms with spears, and he had like 3 troops of those. And he had 2 paladins on foot, a regiment of knights. A Lohi regiment, Julius. He had a little bit of a mix. On paper, you kind of like it doesn't look that threatening. I mean, Julius was really the glue that bound it together. A horde of sisters, which sadly they don't have their Rampage 10 that they had at the end of third edition.
It's still pretty good, but
yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with those in the new book coming up. I think it's a theme that I feel like shouldn't be that hard for them to lean into and create some good rules around. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Even if I do like the new muscular dragon. Have you seen that? No. So a couple of nice new models for them and new dice. So I'll definitely be tempted to do a silly enough at some point.
yeah, I like the combination. Those hopes are crazy.
Oh yeah, that Palace Guard, yeah, exactly. Yes, and so then I ended up with a decent loss that game in the end, and then so it was just 3 games, and then round 3 came on to what were we playing? Oh, Stockpile. Okay. Yep, Stockpile with deployment along the long edge, so that's a regular deployment. And yes, I did. I was up against Kakwa's Kali. She had a nice little mixed list, but I think a problem I found with my Trident Belts today is anything that was just could push forward on me quickly made it very difficult. So he was on me quickly, and I found like in a nice line where pretty much he would have been able to charge me. So I found myself probably engaged along the line more quickly than I would have liked. And I'll tell you, I've been thinking for my Kali that I wanted to build a horde of those chakrams.
Yeah.
And I will be. So there was, so they got 25 attacks, then 84, so if they're not moving, they're on 3s. Only 12 inches, but with piercing 1. Right. So if you roll up, so there was an absolutely terrible turn for me. So I had a really good turn where, I think when you're looking at good dice, probably rolling up on heal and regen probably doesn't hurt as much as rolling well on nerve or your hits or wounds. So there was one turn where I got about, 12 out of 16 attempts of regen and heal, so I got a whole heap back. Then it was about the following turn or the turn after, I think, 2 units that needed high nerve rolls with inspiring. I think you got 10s and 11s to take them off, and the chakrams did 18 wounds on a Death Horror regiment in the same turn to take it off in one go.
I'm here to tell you, he was pretty pleased.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to tell. Yeah, he was having a good old time. Yeah. So that was like, and so I think the units it took off was something like, it was like the Dam Busters regiment, so one of the harder hitters, a Depth Horror regiment, and maybe some placoderms or maybe my worm riders regiment. So, like, basically the backline of the army just collapsed. So the only reason I didn't get tabled is I flew the damn Buster Sentinel into a corner, so he couldn't do it at the end. So he had also Kak Cup, as we kind of discussed, doesn't swing based on. There's 1 point if you double the scenario points of your opponent. So, but other than that, it's not a big scale. And you had, I think, Alex Sobanoff with his elves last game.
Yeah, interesting matchup. I probably missed all of it. I should have given my horde of Legionnaires a whole pile more freedom to move. They took about 3 turns to become threatening.
So I heard he had about 70 shots in his army or something.
It was pretty full on. He had some Luciferian,
The Seagull
shooters, and then he's got a command which gives 6 shots to a unit on Piercing 1, which is pretty good. And Blizzard.
But Blizzard on an elf mage is disgusting.
That's it too, that thing. He got me a couple of times because I was just in charge range, just threatening nicely. You dig one. You count that with wild charge. He foxed me on a flank, set up a cavalry drag, that lizard character on one flank, and they kept stepping back, and he turned and bucked off. I was about to stack in with my trolls, my war riders, my sonar. Where'd you go?
Yeah, well, that's
running away.
Yeah, that's playing like true elves, isn't it?
Yeah, it was quite. It was clear what he did. He will always do that. It's now obvious. That was quite a good move. But I made a horrendous error in the game. I made the damn rules around Stockwell. Made the assumption you could only score one token at a time, which was wrong. And we didn't figure that out until turn 5 or 6, which time I made a ton of big mistakes. He ended up winning on one token. I was pretty happy because I didn't make any mistakes. The Aucklands did what they were supposed to do. I was pretty lucky to keep my Borax as long as I did. But again, Driftwood Legionnaires just they're champions as much as they're good. I think it's a chance for us.
So how was it against that many shots? Was it impressive or because he was having to manoeuvre, he wasn't getting the ball off all the time? Or?
I think he probably should have picked up the Aucklands a bit more, concentrated firepower more. But he should have done a lot better than he did.
In terms of dice rolling?
Yeah, Morak should have been gone. Like they should have got it. They should have been gone. He should have taken the Auckland, should have come off, and then the Morak should have gone straight off afterwards. So I was a bit lucky to get across the table. But again, I deployed badly, so it locked up my rift forwards and Borax and get out fast enough. But against that elf army, if you can find a clear path through the terrain to get to him, you get to him junction 3, he's no chance.
Yeah, it just melts a bit. Because what's the Seaguard defense? 4. Yeah, and I guess that's the benefit is like a lot of your heavy hitters aren't necessarily cavalry, so phalanx and stuff isn't really different.
Yeah. And against the elves, crushing one's enough. He's on best I feel for him is Palace Car Bullets. Oh my God. Yeah. That's probably the thing I did well, just stay away from those.
Yeah.
Until I managed to solve
it. They hit up 3's crush 1 or something.
Yeah, 25 attacks there.
In the lead.
Yeah, they're very good. Yeah. 265 points. Yeah, he's got a reserve player. He played really well. He danced around with his dragon. Dragons are interesting. Kak talking about this during the day. But you don't need to go into the dragon. It's just zones.
Yeah, it's about threat value. Yes, or control. So then, if you manage to get over the back, though, devastating.
I was reasonably happy with sort of kept trolls in the back pocket so he couldn't step over. Actually, generally, who know me will know I'm pretty good at making reasonably hefty mistakes, particularly in a room full of people being distracted. I make too many good mistakes. The Orcs look after themselves too. And of course, Dead's done.
Yeah. So I don't think probably no need to ask you MVP in the list. Although maybe the Auckland regiments.
Auckland regiments were absolutely better than I thought they would be. That was brilliant fish design on my part. An accident. Yeah. But yeah, Sonar, particularly against Nick and then against Alex, Sonar was just nuts.
Anything underwhelming?
Underwhelming. The underrated a bit is the war drum. He sort of.
What does it do?
Rallying and dread. I keep forgetting. Alex was kind enough to remember that my Orcans were stealthy. Yeah. I said, I think join force because they're stealthy. Yeah. Thank you. That's nice of you. But knew what I was doing, I'd be able to tell people they were stealthy. Yeah. I was actually, I think MVP was probably the shrine.
Yeah, okay. Yep.
Shrine's
The lightning did a bit of damage.
the chain lightning again. Again, if I'm playing Alex, I've forgotten to pick on his archers once or twice. Because his archers are stuck behind the fence. Yeah. Which is like what it is to an on-5. Yeah. It's like sniping with 20, 40 foot at lead on threes. They're right next to each other, so I'll roll 6 or 7 attacks on the next one. They should have come off a couple of turns earlier, but they decided to pick on his palace gun.
Yeah, right. Which, potentially isn't a bad option either, because softening him up can mean that you have a better chance of taking him off in one turn. Yeah, because what's the lightning in lightning 7?
No. 12.
Oh, right, yeah.
Event. It's on threes, you don't move. Yeah. All the hits go on something in 6 inches. So if he's hitting something that's soft, the average is blind. Yeah. And within 6 inches, he gets hit on falls.
Yeah, I mean, I think I mentioned this in an earlier interview, but I'm not convinced on any shooting him on threes, to be honest.
What do you think it should be threes?
Yeah, or maybe max and fours.
Blizzard hitting on threes is where past.
Yeah. But, that's not a hard thing. I think like that could go either way, but I mean, I think there's some armies that do shooting a lot better. And because what are the regiments of shooters in Els? Are they 4s or 5s normally?
5s.
5s. Yeah. That's
4s understands.
Yeah. Any army impress you more than you thought in terms of
the elves, the
Twilight Kids.
I wasn't really prepared because I played
Kakwa. His brother.
No, the Twilight Kid and what's the other army?
Who's that?
Like the other army, like Twilight Kid, where you get good looters and things.
Oh, Night Stalkers.
Night Stalkers.
Yeah.
So I played Night Stalkers, but I hadn't played against all that snare weakness. That was a real eye-opener. I was utterly unprepared for that.
Yeah, I was a little bit surprised by Kaksikali because last time I played him, I tabled. Well, not last time. Sorry, he did me well at our last event. But the time before that, I tabled his Zirkali.
So what's in his Zirkali list?
So his Zirkali list, he has 2 regiments of the spear dogs.
Yeah.
Let's make sure I get this right. He's got the matriarch. He's got the witch cage. Have you played against that? Yeah. That's really good. Especially when I'm running Scorched Earth, so he's stealing my Scorched Earth and using it on me. So, yes, that was, he had those. He had a unit of the Lion Snarl Cavalry. What else is in the list? He had 2 troops of the Warrior Monks.
Alright.
Yeah, he had at least 1 to 2, I think 1 unit of Yan, a regiment of Wild Fangs, which are really good, 2 Xiaoqua on the monkeys. He had a Yan lieutenant, and he had the Horde of Chakras.
It's all I
I think that
know.
gets
Speed 7.
Yeah, pretty much everything's speed 7. I think their commands are really synergistic. I'm looking forward to getting more of those assembled. I've printed out the alternate heads from Mantic, and so I've got some chihuahuas and pugs and heads and stuff. So they go together quite nicely. I think I'm just going to do mine in a bit of a variety of different dog types. The only thing is with the kit is what's not super obvious is because with the Yans you've got multiple options. So you've got your regular guys who are basically just cheap infantry. You've got your chakrams, which are your 12-inch shooters, and they're on the same sprue. But then effectively your warrior monks, there's nothing really that differentiates the model for those. So I think what I'm going to have to do is just paint their robes a different colour or something. See how that goes. So,
You're going to print the whole army?
No, so most of theirs is hard plastics.
Yeah, right.
Yep. Not a lot, but some of the special characters have been released in resin. Yeah, so that's what I'll be working on that and continuing to put a little bit together for my Trident Realms too. I think the heal command and heal spell, as you kept saying, maybe I think a Horde of Ensnares is still good.
Oh, yeah. Except that you put them on the table, I'm just going to go the other way.
Yeah.
Stay away from those.
Yeah. I found interesting thing with the placoderms is they're quite big, so they still got stuck a bit. They don't put out a lot of hurt because they're on melee 4, no crushing. So they're defense 6, and even though they're defense 6, their base nerve at 15 is quite low for a regiment. I don't feel like Trident Realms are as overpowered as what people think, unless they're coming in spam Denethorus, I guess. I totally agree that probably their core is better than other people's, but I don't think it's breaking the game at all. I think a lot of that is a bit of hysteria and overreaction.
Well, evidence that you've got an army, chances of bringing his Trident Realms out, so you're down in Trident Realms army also. Australia. There's reason for that. Plenty of wolves.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think we've never had the community have too much hysteria, though, have we? So, will you be persisting with the orcs for a while?
That's actually working for me. We even got a deployment pattern that's defined now, which is working. I've got a few things to do with me. I think I'll just stick with them. I haven't got a lot of headspace these days. I'm quite busy elsewhere, so it's good to the orcs are simple. They look after them. So, thanks. So yeah, I'll probably stick with them for a bit. Yeah. I'll see how bad this Arno gets nerfed if they nerf him. Because there's no way they're letting him. No. Green Range is nuts.
Yeah, we talked about it on the way here, but I'd like Green Range to stay. It's even though I don't play them, I think it's not symptomatic. But yeah, probably changing Donar, and I'd be pro maybe making Green Range a bit more difficult. But
I think the two rules that I want to reflect on after today. One's Fearless. So the Fearless Berserkers were quite handy. You're devastated that shooting does nothing. So they actually get it from that. Yielding. Withdraw rule. Maybe some more of the small units to get some yielding. That would change things up a bit. Kind of like the Wayne Sharp's working in this division.
Yeah, absolutely. So, all right. Well, do you think you'll stick? So you'll stick with the Orcs, but do you think you'll stay with the similar list? Yeah. Just depending on points, I guess. How are you feeling about different points? So now we've had Clash at 2,000. I can't remember what Cup first one was. I think it was 2,100 or something. Yeah. He's had 2,250 now.
It kind of doesn't matter. Yeah. Like I just downgrade Red Forges to Axe and take a very simple list. Even at 2,000.
Do you have a preferred level?
2300. All the tools.
Yeah, I think 2,300 still feels a bit naturally right. Probably more akin to the old 2,000, but a little less restrictive than the old 2,000, maybe.
So how many dragons do you reckon there are? Alex had one.
Alex had one. It depends. I mean, if we say dragons in inverted commas, someone had the little eyes.
Yeah, right.
I don't know if David, the other elf player, had a dragon.
Because I'm like, you go back a year, you can see plenty of lists with 2 dragons. Just don't think there's a lot going on these days.
No.
Lots of troops.
Particularly when, it's hard to say. Like, I don't know the exact ins and outs of the formula, but there's certainly, I mean, dragons are about the same points as they used to be, but I think it's because you're expending a few extra points elsewhere that, I don't know. I think most of ours I'd find difficult to fit in.
I think the price point for foot soldiers means I'm going to take foot soldiers max out on nerve.
Yeah, well, and you're needing those to unlock your specialists and stuff, right?
I'd love to do the math on how much nerve ball goblins can give. Unit strength 36.
Yes. Yeah, with his goblins. Yeah, and to his credit, he painted a fair lot of them. I don't think they're multi-based, but I don't think it's not like he's unders on the models.
It's
Plenty of models there. Yeah, all right. Well, good day of gaming.
What do we got?
We've got an hour and a half left to go to get home.
It's actually a pretty easy trip.
Yeah, it is. Particularly to the venue that it was today. So they got a large amount. They had the one video table where it was more crowded in there, but the main room we were in, we had the 10, 11 tables and could have easily had a couple more, and you wouldn't have felt crowded still.
Yeah, they're going to expand as well.
Yeah. So
they're talking about Ronnie coming over, maybe.
I think they're talking about they're doing an event in August or something where they're hoping to live stream in for a Q&A or something like that.
I thought they said he was coming.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Not sure. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for your time, mate. All right.
And that's the end of our Kak Cup recordings. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, keep countercharging.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Countercharge. Please let us know what you thought of the show by emailing us at counterchargepodcast@gmail.com, on Twitter @countercharge15, or by commenting on the Countercharge Kings of War podcast Facebook group. If you enjoy the show, you can help others find out about it by leaving positive reviews on iTunes. Until next time, keep countercharging. Music is a composition of Kevin MacLeod and is licensed under Creative Commons.